Today, we're going to upgrade my friend's Polo with a couple interesting modifications.
Indeed we are.
So that's right, we're going to do a couple little bits to this car. Now, it's mainly going to be audio related, and we're going to do some head unit things in there as well. It's going to be interesting. But this Polo is going to be a bit of a sound house by the time it's done. I'll go to Sev and he's going to explain some of the audio equipment we're putting in this car, where you should probably do it too if you've got a Polo or like a little hot hatch, because I think this is a nice budget-ish friendly way of customizing your car. This is the stuff that is going in the car. It's very good audio equipment. Sev's here to explain. What is this all about, this equipment right here?
Well, it's slightly older school stuff. It's not exactly, you know, the newest of news, but here we've got a monoblock amplifier. It's mono, it means it's one channel, so it only powers the sub. And it's a PDX M12, which is a very rare amp that has 1,000 RMS power.
It's the big thing, bruv.
Yeah, it's the good one. Here we got a bass EQ. On top of the amp, it's gonna also help with the quality of the bass, and it's a lot more modular, and you can kind of dial in the settings, all the hertz and stuff. So this just makes this sound 10 times better.
And this is something you don't need, but
no,
if you want to go a bit further and make it make it sound a bit crazier, that's something you can get, I guess. But you can, it does work. Everything does work without that. But that
it just enhances the sound, makes it sound a lot nicer, basically. That also comes with a bass knob, so you can tune the bass to how loud you want it. You can have it on 0, you can have it on max. So it's just extra performance, basically.
It's a fucking must, bruv. What sub? This is a big thing, bruv.
So the subwoofer we got in question here is an Alpine Type X. So this is 1,000 RMS power. It's a Kevlar mix with something else, polyester cone.
Yeah.
So it's one of the better ones they got.
Brother.
Got a snake.
So you only gotta use 1 amp?
Yeah, I mean this is a PDX 1000. This is a 1000 RMS sub.
Mine, every time I try to play it, it blow my speaker, it blow the 18, it blow every fucking thing. That one for the bass, that knob there for the bass.
No, this is for this. I have the remote as well at home, but I don't need it because I have this.
Yeah,
What's the snake's name?
BJ.
BJ.
You wanna hold him?
I'll give him a hold. I don't know if I've ever held a snake before. Oh, rah. It's a slivery little thing, bruv.
Taking them for a spin. Let them
In the PT. I ain't seen a drop top PT in ages,
Yeah,
bruv.
I wouldn't swap it for no newcomer.
Nah.
Alright.
Take care, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bad man with BJ.
Some side quest, bro.
BJ the snake.
So yeah, as I was briefly explaining to him, this is a separate EQ. So the sound from the radio goes into this first, then it goes into the amp, and from the amp it goes into the sub. So in that, it basically makes a very good concoction of sound. And yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Subs that strong, it ripped it apart.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Work in progress.
all you
Goes
need for
on.
this is just spray adhesive and just to stick it back down.
In terms of pricing, what are we talking for all of this? Is this like low, mid-range, high-range stuff? What would
I
you
would
consider
definitely
this?
say more on the higher range stuff because it's quite rare and it's not, you don't really see it anymore.
Yeah.
So the amp itself, I mean, it doesn't really have a price. No one's selling it in the UK. It's the 1000 edition. So I don't know, around £600, I guess you could say.
For the whole thing?
No, just the amp alone.
Oh, just the amp. Bruv, if BJ was back here with a snake, he would have been bomber ass clap fighting for the thing.
Sub itself, probably around 250 you could probably find. I mean, if you find one, that's the main question. The box itself, it was a custom built box, probably around £200 as well. The base EQ is probably, I got my dad got it for my birthday actually, so, but he paid quite a little bit of money as well for that. It's an import from America.
American EQ, bruv.
Wavetech.
People that don't know, what exactly does this all do together? How does it work together? How do you get started with a simple subwoofer setup like this, basically?
Well, you've got two options, and first you've got to start with the radio.
It's a bit dated, this radio.
Yeah, that looks mega dated. Straight bangers only, brother.
Bad man thing, let's change this. So like Sev said, it all starts with the radio. So Toto have sent us this head unit to install. What up, GG? Yeah, compact. Wow. Hey, just like that.
Quickest install radio ever.
Bruv, that was literally 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And it's already good to kind of go.
Magic.
Yes.
It actually looks very professional. From the radio, you need to get some sort of signal so the amp and the subwoofer know what to do. So by doing that, you can either change to an aftermarket radio, like we have from a Toto, or you can also use a line output converter. It takes the signal from the stock radio and passes it, and it gives it to something to pass into the amp.
Yes.
The amp knows what to play as well as the speakers.
And the amp just powers the sub, doesn't it? Kind of. That's how that.
Yeah, so you have many types of amp forms. So monoblock amplifiers, they only have one channel, that's just to power the sub. You have 4-channel amplifiers, what are usually used to power 4 separate door speakers. And you also have 5-channel amps, which is all into one. So a mono channel, and as well as 4 other channels for speakers alone.
And the EQ, again, like we said, is just an addition, really.
The EQ is just an addition. I like my sound. I like to kind of overdo it sometimes. So with this, you can just tune a lot of stuff. So you've got extra bass boost stuff, increase the bass boost. You can set the frequencies, the wavelength, the subsonic filters, the low pass filters. The most important one really is the subsonic and the low pass. So you tell the sub what ranges and what frequencies to play, because you don't want subwoofers to play high notes, because they're not designed to do that. They're only designed to hit the low frequencies, the big rattly ones.
That's where we install tweeters.
Tweeters and door speakers to play the mids and the highs.
And also we do have speakers and tweeters that we're putting in the car as well.
Yep.
Those are halfway done already, so we'll show you them in a second. But yeah, they're very important for the higher and mids.
Because you can just do a sub install, but again, like Ray's car, for example, is Alpha. He's only got the
Sounds
sub.
like shit.
So the bass overpowers everything. You can only pretty much hear raw bass. Even when you have decent speakers with a decent radio, you'll hear stuff you usually don't even hear in music, with like little headphones in your phone speakers and stuff. So it does really open your perspective when it comes to music.
Yeah, I guess let's get to installing some of this stuff. He showed me how to do it before, so I'm gonna try to help out. I think I know some things. He definitely knows better than me. He's the teacher of music for me. Let's do it. Fuse is there, cables there. Absolutely banging. The power cable, the remote wire, and the RCAs have all been routed through the grommet in the front and through here and all the way down to the back.
So ideally in the real world, you don't really want to combine the RCA and the power cable in one area. You ideally want to split one of them on the left and one of them on the right side for less distortion. But you know, I haven't had any issues with it. For some people it does matter, for some people it doesn't. But to be on the safe side, if you're doing it mega professionally, that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, because obviously the cables being together causes like interference and stuff. But yeah, if you want to do it quickly, you just throw them all on one side and bish bash bush.
It does the job.
It does the job. Very nice. Beep. Lovely. So what is the setup that we're running inside this Polo door? What's all this stuff?
Quick brief rundown what we've got. We've got a mid-range speaker, we have a tweeter installed, and we also have a crossover installed. So we'll start with the crossover. What the crossover does, it's like, I don't really even know, bruv. Well, I know you can like, let me Google, hold on. Type of electronical splits audio signal into 2 or more frequency ranges. Ah. my dad knows a lot about these. He just told me to install it.
What is it? Do you think it does? What do you think it does?
I know it does.
What does it do?
It does. So you can boost the mids, or you can boost a little bit of the highs. It's like low, mid, and high, and it just gives you a bit more of an oomph, and it takes the signal and you can kind of adjust.
Pricey?
Higher range, higher price speakers come with it standard. Lower range speakers don't. So when you do buy a speaker, usually they'll just come with just the driver. It won't really usually come with this.
Yeah.
But you can buy sets where it comes with this and this. So it just depends on the budget and what you actually go for in the end. So what we have here is Rockford 4-gate speakers. I don't know the exact name. They're very good, quite expensive from what I remember. Limited production, quite old as well. They're not the new school stuff. Also, we've got the tweeters from the old speaker setup from Hertz, because I wasn't really bothered to change to the Rockford ones. They're pretty good, they do the job. Plus, I already have 2 sets of tweeters in my car. I've got the factory ones that come with the car, as well as the tweeters that are aftermarket with the thing. Mids is for the mid driver, highs is for the high driver, and lows is for the sub. It's just easy how it is.
And the way to explain that, if you don't know what mids, highs, lows, is literally the lower sounds, the middle sounds like vocals and instruments, and the highs where it's like tinny sounds. It comes through better when you have a better tweeter. Same goes for the mids, which is the speakers, and the sub for the lows.
So it's a 3-part component system. You start with the tweeters, and then you start with the speakers, and then you end with the subwoofer. Ideally, you want an amp for the speakers. I don't have that, unfortunately. I wasn't really bothered because I'm quite satisfied with the sound already. But if you want your speakers and your tweeters to have more of an oomph, that's always a good thing to do, is to install the 4-channel amp we spoke about before to power the speakers individually. So usually when you install door speakers, you're gonna have to buy some sort of adapter, because most standard speakers, they have very small drivers. This is the driver. This is what allows the speaker to go in and out. And the bigger the driver, the more power usually it has, just a general rule of thumb. But it's just a magnetic coil that allows the speaker to go in and out. For the bigger drivers and stuff, you do need the adapter. So it has somewhere to fit in, basically. It's like a little cradle. It just allows it to sit a bit deeper, because usually it would just be the little silvery bit. That's all that would hold the speaker in place. So what I did in my case as well, because I wanted to do a little bit more professionally, I also put soundproofing and sound deadening on the inside of the door. Now I put it in the select area because it just makes sense to, and it does give a little bit of a difference. There's less rattle on the door speakers because they're quite big, quite powerful. So the bigger the better, and the more the better. I was gonna say, it's almost strong enough to just hold itself, bro.
It's actually magnetic like that.
Yeah.
Hey.
And what I also did, I did do the sound deadening on the rim of the adapter. So the whole reason it's all sound deadened or soundproofed in the first place was we all want the sound to come out of the woofer itself in the front. We don't want it to escape from the side. We don't want it to come out through little cracks and crevices.
Have it as enclosed as possible.
So yeah, it's basically like a subwoofer, so it has its own enclosure, so maximize sound and performance and everything. Alpine. Screwy Baba Booey.
Alright, we put a sub in and we're doing some little tests. We're using Novelist songs.
Shout out to Nov.
Shout out to Nov.
Big Nov.
Shout out to Chain.
Big Nov, big Nov.
Big Nov, Wes and the Kelly. Absolute banger, bruv. And we're just using it to just see if it's working. And I think it is, because nobody is matching these flows. You see it on camera? Trust me, this is shaking up the whole bumper clock car. It's good to obviously use bassy songs to test it. He's turned it up. Yeah, you can see why this has come off, because this thing is flipping powerful, bruv. Like I said, I want to do door speakers as well. The door speakers, you can hear my man's voice way better.
Picking up stuff that I only dreamed about being able to afford. I bought my dad a brand new car, straight off the showroom floor. It weren't a Porsche.
I think it's working. Very nice. So in terms of the head unit, this is it, fully installed, fascia and everything. It's got loads of features. Biggest one I like, and I think Sev also likes, it's got YouTube, so you can just go on, play tunes to your liking. We've got some Skeppy here, so you got the video playing. You can watch whatever you want. I wouldn't advise to do this whilst you're driving, obviously, because you know, health and safety and that. But you got the whole of YouTube at your fingertips, which is pretty cool. You've also got other features in the drive chat. You've got basically a bunch of AI integration. You can use voice-activated controls to control the stereo of the car. You can also ask it questions and it'll give you answers. It's pretty cool. And because it's Android based, you can also download any app to your liking. So we've got Google Chrome here. You can search up all types of knowledge, David Attenborough's age, or how to fix a VW Golf ABS pump. You can buy beans online on it if you really wanted to. Home baked beans. Disgusting.
Prime the fuel pump.
Come on. It's also got Apple CarPlay. You got loads of features on here as well. As you know, it's just Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can go either way. And best of all, it's wireless, so the phone's there, new cables, and it's working. So that's pretty cool. Got some crazy tunes playing.
Illuminati.
Crazy. So thank you, Toto, for sending that out. I've also got one of my Merc. You can click up here if you want to see that series. These things are cool. Very nice. But that is the Polo, pimped out, fat sound system. Nice head unit. Let us know if you're gonna try this on one of your cars and, you know, tell us your setup. Just goes to show that you can do this with really any car. It doesn't have to be a big ass expensive car.
You don't really need a lot of money to get into it. Obviously, I'm a bit over the top and I like what I got sort of thing, so I splashed the extra cash. But honestly, you can pick up like even a fully made sound system by some random guy like Facebook Marketplace for like £100, and all you need to go and buy is just cables, and you can have like a sound system for £150. So worth a shout. If you like your music and you like to drive, definitely you need it. It's a must.
Very nice. I've been Reisky. That's Sev. Bless up.